very, very short video just to say I just saw a video from a guy whose channel got copyright claims that are false and demonetizations, and I'll link it below. This is why I am, quote unquote, afraid of going down the rabbit hole of almost anything in society. Because as you'll see, this guy is irate with good reason. I'll get to that in a second. And he has no one he can turn to because of the way the systems are built these days. You can never reach a human being. And even if you do reach a human being, they're basically like robots because they're working off a computer script. So what happened to him has happened to me, people, more times than I care to count. He has 569,000 subscribers, 500,000, pretty big channel. He was making about $300 a day. $300 a day is $100,000 a year. Damn good living, let me tell you. You see that, you're like, wow. Let me make a. Whenever I've seen numbers like that, I'm like, you know what? Let me do this seriously. Let me take this YouTube seriously because that's good money, and I can do what I love to do, and I can actually launch the channel that I've been talking about for 3 years, which I haven't done for this reason because these videos are not rare. I see them pop up all the time. So from $300 a day, he's now making $30 a day. 40 on Sundays. That means his revenue went down from $100,000 a year. A big talker, a big man. You know what I mean? You can get your narcissistic defenses down because you're the king. And overnight, he's making now $10,000 a year, less than I'm making collecting cans and bottles in the streets whenever I want to. Now, I say it with a smile, not because I'm happy, not because I feel like he deserved it. I'm smiling because it seems like it's the first time it's happened to him, and I see these videos often, and of course many successful YouTubers are very young, so they think it's all very unfair, and wow, the corporations are, the system is taking advantage of me, and I don't have any recourse, and come on, I was somebody, I'm $100,000 a year channel, I'm important, just like I used to think, hey, I'm the senior software developer here, I've been here 4 years, no one knows anything about this code, but they don't care. People don't care. In the end of the day, the society is it's brutal. It's brutal. So I feel bad for the guy. I feel bad for him, and I feel bad for the thousands, if not tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of other YouTube channels that it's happened to. For him, it was just his outro. He had music on the exit, and it was a remix, and the original song, like Sony Music, claimed every one of his videos. Anyhow, so that's why I haven't launched my channel. That's why I haven't launched my website. That's why I haven't launched any crowdfunding, because when you've had that happen to you, 5 to 10 times in your life, when you've been making 6 figures, and you've had everything you've ever wanted, at least that you thought you ever wanted, and then it's taken away, and you've got to adapt and adjust. It's traumatic. It's severely traumatic. And it happened to me many times because of my parents. I mean, the majority of times I was sabotaged by my parents. But there were times when it wasn't my parents, when it was just the way the corporate world works. And any which way it happens to you, whether it's through divorce or through an accident or an illness, I don't know how many times a person can actually endure that and want to go back with the same kind of motivation that he first went when he was 18, 19 years old. My first business, I was 16. I sent software to Broaderbound Software. Anyways, it was a long time ago. And I did businesses and projects and worked jobs, for the next 30 years. And it always ends the way it ends for this guy's channel. Hopefully his channel's not over, but if he was making $100,000 and now he's making $10,000, how can he wake up with the same kind of joy and motivation? And not even joy and motivation. How could he feel like society is there for him and that the world is not a dangerous place? very difficult. It's very difficult. That's why when I wake up on a day like today, when I have all the weed I need, all the food I need, and I can really get back into my projects, I just stare at the screen sometimes and I go, my God, every project I have is a rabbit hole, and it's going to lead me down to where there's a dead rabbit at the bottom, and that dead rabbit will be me, and then I'll have to come back again until I have a smile like I do now. It's like, it's not only jobs, it's not only businesses, it's girlfriends too. It's girlfriends too. And it seems to me, from what I've watched, a lot of crime shows. My God, that's what I've been watching. A lot of interviews with killers, and a lot of family-related killers, parenticide, or when you kill your children, and it's so much related to money. To money. It's often related to money, and it's often related to women, or just to lazy guys who don't want to work. Or who never had jobs. When I say women, it's because a lot of women in these situations, they never really worked. So when all of a sudden their finances are cut off, they don't even have an option in their mind. They've never worked before in their life. And in other cases, it's younger men who just have been psychopaths and never really worked. They've been parasites in society, and all of a sudden. But in the end of the day, I'm saying a lot of these murders and a lot of these very vicious, violent crimes, not all of them, of course, but a lot of them are related to this theme of having everything taken away from you at once and feeling trapped. And I don't really want to go there again, man. I don't really want to go there again, but I'll probably go there again. But oh my God, watch this video down below that I'm linking to. It's really, it's both tragic, God, but I guess I've got to say it's also kind of humorous. And this is why I say that when I used to get angry that the psychopaths in my life were laughing at my pain. As time has gone on, I've realized that once you have experienced a lot of pain yourself, which every psychopath has in their childhood, then other people's pain, you can empathize it and laugh about it. That's what I'm realizing. I empathize with the guy, but I don't feel bad for him the way others might, because I just know that's the way the world works. It's going to happen to him in jobs. It's going to happen to him in other projects. And if he opens up an Instagram channel, it'll happen. If he has a PayPal account, eventually it'll happen. It happens to everybody all across the board. That's what life's all about. And I suppose, it's a bit comforting for me to know that, because I'm expecting those things to happen. So when they happen again, they won't be as traumatic, especially after my brother died and my parents were revealed as what they were revealed. I guess nothing after that can really shock or traumatize me as badly as it used to be able to. But my God, watch this guy's video and tell me that I'm not crazy to hesitate to go and start spending hours a week researching and producing videos for a real channel of substance. I mean, I have a great channel, but I just don't even want to launch the idea and have YouTube flush it down the toilet because of some copyright claim that God knows what. Anyhow, watch the video. It's just really something.